Welcome back to guitar shopping. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought it'd be pretty cool. I'll be honest actually, this idea was spurred on by one of our subscribers. Now Kyle, you know who you are, you're an absolute gangster, mate. He was like, Joe, let's react to some guitars, and I was like, okay. And then he sent me a video, and it just got to me. In my head, I just thought, hold on a second. React to a guitar. What about if, instead of just reacting to a guitar, I go guitar shopping with you guys? First of all, stick that on. I thought, yeah, let's go guitar shopping, and each episode will just be one guitar, and what we're going to do is we're going to see if we know what it is. If we do, why we know about it. 2, review the video of the person talking about it. 4, the price. And 5th, and finally, the conclusion. Is it going to be on my dream guitar? Because what I want to get at is, ever since I've started playing guitar, like everyone has been playing guitar, you always have a guitar in mind that you wish you could have, a dream guitar. Now, we all know about the 1959 Les Paul. You know, we think about the 60s Fender Stratocasters and etc. All these things. We also think about, for instance, Martin's, maybe the 00018. So the 18th one made, I'm guessing that's what that is, in 1937. You know, there's all types of guitars we think of. I always used to think 1959 Les Paul, but then I grew out of that. And ever since, I've always wanted like a 60s Fender Stratocaster. Not even sure which one. That's the whole point of this, to find which one I want, what colour, and basically, you know, along the lines of keep looking out and make a short list. That's the whole point of this. Make a short list that if for some reason I win the lottery, or I come into a good lot of money, or I graft hard enough where I can afford one myself, what guitar is it I'm going to be looking for? Now, before we get into this, I have a feeling I know what it's going to be, because I've always wanted a Jumbo Gibson acoustic guitar that is an absolute beast. You know, full dreadnought, circular looking, golden tips, and just insane. But who knows? Who knows what it's going to be? It could be, for all I know, it could be something that I never thought I wanted. But on today's episode, we're going to be starting off with, thanks to Kyle, you're a G, who's requested this. He said, Joe, react to the 1937 Martin 00018 Shade Top. Now, we're going to be watching it, and there's a little video of a guy playing it called Trey Hensley. So let's just check it out. I've never heard of this guitar before. I don't know much about Martin, so I'll be honest. I played some that are around 900 quid to £1,000 in a guitar shop, and I've always thought the Taylors were just that bit better. I think they were a bit, I just preferred the sound of them. But who knows what would happen when you go over that £2,000 barrier. So yeah, let's check this out.
When I get off of this mountain, you know where I'm gonna go. Straight down the Mississippi River to the Gulf of Mexico, to Lake Charles, Louisiana. Little Bessie girl I once knew, she told me just to...
When I think of these guitars, I'm listening to guitar. Realistically, he's singing, but he shouldn't be singing because I want to hear what the guitar's got to say. He sounds good though. But I think of these guitars from the 30s. I always think the action on them is going to be like something crazy for some reason. I always think surely they weren't getting it right in the 30s. And I even think that about the 60s. Like, were they even getting it right then? So when people say, oh, mate, I want a guitar from the 60s, they sound good, but do they feel good? That's a question I have.
Come on by if there's anything that she could do. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, well, I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one. Well, good luck had just stung me. To the racetrack I didn't go. We
nice.
bet on hopes to win, and I bet on another to show. The odds were in my favor. I had 'em 5-1. When that nag to win came around the track, sure enough we had won. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak.
I'll tell you what, these microphones he's using are absolutely Gucci. Innit? These sound legit, these microphones. What is... Let me turn this up a little. But the guitar, from what I'm getting, it looks good. I mean, how much, you know... We're guitar shopping here. Aesthetics have got to mean something, right? People go, it's not about the looks. With a guitar, yes it is. I want it to look good. I want it to sound good. I want it to feel good. I want everything to be working. Like, if I pick up a guitar and it sounds amazing, but it's ugly. Sure, it's cool and all, but I won't feel very cool. Like, I think it really... You have got to have a guitar that looks nice. You just do. It's one little object. Why not have it sound and feel and look good? But I've got to say, I do like the shape of it, but I'm not feeling this tobacco-y looky. I like tobacco, but it's got to be specific colour. And it sounds slightly tinny.
She mans me, well I don't have to speak. She defends me a drunkard's dream, if I ever did see one. Well, I took up all of my winnings, and I gave my little Bessie half.
You guys got a sick voice.
Well, she tore it up and threw it in my face, just for a laugh. And there's one thing in this whole wide world I sure would love to see. That's when that little love of mine dips a donut in my tea. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, well I don't have to speak. She defends me a drunkard's dream, if I ever did see one.
There we go.
Me and my mate were back at the shack.
That was pretty sick, I can't lie. In fact, that was very sick. I feel like I can get more of a feel for it when I hear the sound of it doing a solo. However, guys, it's got to meet everything. This guitar shopping, I ain't just going to start thinking, I want that, I want that, I want that. It needs to meet every criteria. And it needs to meet sounding good when it's being strummed, when it's being picked, when it's finger picked, mic'd up, if it's going to be a acoustic... electric acoustic. However, I really can't see my dream guitar being an electroacoustic. I just can't. The reason I have an electroacoustic is because I need it. You know, I can only afford one good one. I need to be able to play it on stage and, you know, off stage. But in a dream world, I just want a natural sounding acoustic guitar without that hole being put through the top, putting a bit of plastic there. That ain't for me. Look, I'm just looking at the price tag, guys. Can you see that? 75 grand.
Back we had Spike
75 grand.
Jones on the box.
Yeah!
She said I can't take the way he sings, but I love to hear him talk.
That's crazy.
And there's one thing in this whole wide world I sure would love to see. That's when that little love of mine dips a donut in my tea. Well, up on Cripple Creek, she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, well I don't have to speak. She defends me a drunkard's dream, if I ever did see one.
playing in time like that is some good stuff right there. Very good stuff. I don't know about this guitar. It's not doing it for me. I don't know if it's the song. I think I want to hear this not being played by this song.
And up north it's freezing cold, and this living on the road is getting pretty old. So I guess I'll call up my big mama, tell her I'll be rolling in. But you know deep down I'm sort of tempted to go and see my Bessie again. Well, up on Cripple Creek she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, well I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one.
Damn!
Up on Cripple Creek she sends me if I spring a leak. She mends me, well I don't have to speak. She defends me, a drunkard's dream if I ever did see one.
Okay. That was sick. That was sick. I feel... Kyle, I know why you sent me this, because you love Billy Strings, don't you? You do. That's Billy String-esque. Let me see if there's another one where it shows us more of that. So there's a 1936 Martin 18 here. 1937. Oh, here we go. Wait, ooh, there's a few. Let's check this one out quickly. This is a 1936 Martin, so it's only a year between. Hopefully he doesn't sing on this so I can get a feel for it. Let me check this out. I like the look of this. This looks sick. Sounds good. The strings look quite wide apart. I'm thinking maybe the necks were quite bigger back then. Because, or I don't know. This looks like quite a big neck. And I do like a thin style type of neck. I like maple on electrics, but I also like, I don't really want it to be baseball part. I like the Stratocaster feel. However, who knows? There might be different necks on 70s Strats compared to 60s, compared to 80s. I don't know. I've never played any of them. But I prefer a bit of a thinner neck. However, width, I like just a normal. Because you know those ones you can get somewhere, it feels like the width is a bit smaller. But this one looks a bit larger. All these things have to take into consideration, don't we, guys? If we want that dream guitar... Sounds bassy. like I need to see a test. I want to hear those open chords. I want to hear finger picking. I want to hear it all. I don't feel like they're the correct songs to be, you know. Let's just type in, because this video was supposed to be the 1937. So let me type that in and see if anyone else is playing it. 1937. Here we go. See what this is saying. Yeah, damn. Sounds nice. It sounds good. It does. It sounds good. It's just not. It's something missing. There's something missing. Right. Let's do the conclusion. £75,000. It's not adding up. The maths ain't adding. The maths ain't adding. Sounds good. I can't tell if I'd be able. The thing is, if it doesn't, it might sound good, but it sounds like every other guitar. It's nothing standing out. The look isn't standing out. The feel, I don't know, which is a concern about this. But I guess if it doesn't sound good, or if it doesn't sound amazing or look amazing, then there's no point in even trying. In fact, that's the best way to go about this. It's got to meet those two criteria at least before it's getting on the shortlist. But the Martin 1937, I'm going to have to say no on this one. 75k, no sirree. I mean, damn. I'm going to have to definitely win the lottery for that one. I'm going to put this down as a no, guys. Now, let me know in the comments what guitar you think I should react to next. We're just going to do one guitar at a time, but this is a no. Yeah, this is a no. Let me know what you think I should do next. Like this video and subscribe. Because not only doing this, we've got loads of different little series on this channel. All things music. Until next time, peace.